Hey everybody, Mark over here at Twanger's Turntable. I hope you're all doing well. It's been a little while since I've been here. Well, not really since I've been here, but since I've made a video. I've done a couple of shorts here and there, but usually while I'm not making videos, I am taking part passively or involved making comments, watching others' videos. One such channel that what I'm doing here today is for Robert. Robert's on my turntable. I just watched the video and then I watched several in succession because he's celebrating 4 years in the vinyl community. Now I'm trying to move this along because he's having a contest to recognize that 4 years, and congratulations. That is a great milestone. And I, if nothing else, I just want to acknowledge that and support Robert. So go over and subscribe to Robert's channel. Maybe jump on, do your own video. But you got to keep it to 8 minutes, I think was one of the criteria he mentioned. Try and keep it to 8 minutes or under 8 minutes and show 4 artists and show their fourth album in their catalog to celebrate the 4 years. So that's what I'm doing here today. I'm just quickly going to do this. I've got some other videos I'm working on today. So I did want to do this because I was just commenting on his video and watched some of the other entries. And it's just a great idea. And he's a great guy. I mean, watching his video, he's seems like such a mild-mannered, cool guy, you know, and showing his albums. And he showed stuff that I really dig. I mean, Deep Purple in Rock, Aerosmith Rocks, which is one of my favorite Aerosmith albums. Kind of go between that and Toys in the Attic often. I love their debut and Draw the Line and Get Your Wings and yada, yada, yada. And then Jethro Tull, Aqualung, which is their biggest selling album. I don't have that on vinyl yet. But then, of course, probably the best one that he showed in my wheelhouse is Black Sabbath Volume 4, their fourth album. So yeah, and that's Robert. If you've not seen his channel, like I say, go over and sub him up. So let me get into it. I've chosen 4 albums. And one of the other things he mentioned is, I'll leave a link below, is include a little story or connection you have maybe with that release, that album. So that's why I want to get through this. So the first one, the only order here is chronological, the year they were released. And this one is 1975, Bachman Turner Overdrive, their fourth album, which is called Four Wheel Drive 4x4. There's the 4 connection again. But probably best known for Hey You on here. And, you know, Randy Bachman and his brother Robbie here, rest in peace. He just passed away actually in January of 2023. I think I've got a photo of him. The Liner's got a photo of him here if you're not familiar. But yeah, I remember this album. I used to go over to a friend's house when I was a youngster, and their neighbor who had I remember he was probably about the age of one of my older brothers, and he played drums. And I just remember vividly him, you know, because I was always drawn to that. I've mentioned that before on my channel. That's what the instrument that speaks to me the most is the drums. And I remember hearing him, I think his last name was McQuaid, playing drums. And anybody who knows Bachman Turner Overdrive, BTO, very distinct, at least maybe I'm saying that from a point of view that I am so familiar with them, but that sound of Robbie Bachman on the drums. And I remember him playing those songs, Four Wheel Drive, Hey You, among many others on here. You know, just a great, great album. She's Keeping Time, Quick Change Hearts, yeah. Flat Broke Love, yeah, it's a good album. That's their fourth in their discography of BTO. Next up, another Canadian artist, and that's the other thing. I'm just going with Canadian artists because I thought if there was one thing I could do maybe a little different, it would be all Canadian artists. And there's only 4. So the fourth album from these guys are like royalty here in Canada, and I think they're fairly well known, I would suggest, worldwide as well. But this album for sure, 2112. I remember getting this, not on vinyl. Still have my old cassette, and Neil Peart, being for someone like myself who I just said was, you know, very drawn to the percussions, drums, was just phenomenal. First time ever hearing 2112, I was, like most, kind of blown away by that. You know, A Passage to Bangkok, The Twilight Zone, Lessons, Tears, Something for Nothing. It takes a lot of shit from people for it being So though I guess there's people who just don't like that progressive rock. So fair enough, right? To each their own. Um, but when I hear people suggest there's a lot of filler on here, I'm just not really sure what they're listening to. But we all hear things with our own ears. So, but yeah, the fourth from Rush, 2112, fantastic album. The one they almost never got to make after the. uh, anyway, I won't go into that. That's a history lesson that we don't need to do. The fourth from these guys. This next band is another Canadian act, probably best known for their lead guitarist and vocalist, who would go on to have a very successful solo career, and that is Max Webster. A Million Vacations is their fourth album. Very meaningful album to me. I used to take this to school during my junior high days and play it on the noon hour radio station. I had a teacher who was very encouraging with music. He was a musician himself as well, and encouraged us to start our own band for the dances, which I was only on the peripherals of being involved in. But the radio station, I really took to that. And so I'd take my brother's albums and I'd play them on the new hour. This was one of them. Let Go of the Line, A Million Vacations, which was actually, the vocals on that song was by Gary McCracken, the drummer for this album. He supplied the lead vocals on that. Paradise Skies, really good album. I don't know how Night Flights, how popular they were outside of Canada, but in Canada, good. And the vocalist, like I say, guitarist Kim Mitchell, had a very successful solo career, and it's still going. I mean, he still does stuff. Just I think a couple of years ago, released an album. But anyway, A Million Vacations by Max Webster. It's 1979, that one. And then finally, 1980, these guys, Triumph, Progression of Power, fantastic band. Always loved this band. I mean, Rick Emmett is a sensational guitar player, so underrated. And Gilmore, the drummer, just love. Always, like I say, the drums are something that has always spoken to me. Um, Direct memories associated with this, I don't know, other than I just had a really good buddy, Mike. Mike was a huge Triumph fan and would really rock out to Rock Out, Roll On, Rock Out. It would really rock out to Triumph, and so I was, by association, just really in the Triumph. Still am. Enjoy them very much. So that's the four. That's the only. That's. I'll leave it at that. Is what I'm trying to say. I'm working on some other videos here, but I really want to jump on and do this. And good luck to everybody. Like I say, go over to Robert's channel. Robert's on my turntable. Subscribe. Check out his videos. Great content. And leave it at that. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody, and I will see you again soon, hopefully here at Twanger's Turntable. I'm just about at 8 minutes. So yeah, take care, everybody. Cheers.